I don't really know how you would like kind of view like the Pistons at the deadline, like whether you think they're going to be buyers or sellers. And you probably talked about this multiple times with a lot of people so far, but do you think they would be more buyers towards their veterans and sellers maybe on guys towards the end of the bench, like Isaiah Livers, for example, and like pieces that they think maybe they could, replace more easily?
Yes, I think every indication I've gotten is that like they're trying to get, like we talked about, and I don't keep saying Royce O'Neal because I think like because I've heard anything. I'm just that type of guy. Like I think they're going to be buyers looking for those type of players. I think the biggest issue that they face is this, right? Assume Cade, Ivy, Asar, Duran are all untouchable, though I don't think that's necessarily the case aside from Cade. But more likely than not, those you hear them, those are the core four. We need to put them in position. Like you feel good about them staying around. So there's 4 guys off the board. I'm not sure if you trade Bojan or Stu that you get players. Like if you trade Bojan straight up for somebody, are you getting somebody better than Bojan? Like I doubt it. Like why would the team make the trade? Like I think maybe you may trade Bojan if you can get like 2 veterans in return. Like maybe that happens, right? Stu, like I don't know if you're getting you're probably getting a like for like at that point. So then the issue is you get to the end of the bench where it's like they're playing Wiseman more around this time. I don't know, maybe that's a coincidence, maybe not. Killian, Livers, Bagley, Burks. I think Burks of the veterans is maybe the one that I could see more going at the deadline because they have a Marcus Sasser who, with more experience, can kind of fill that get hot quick microwave scoring. But I think to your point, I think they're going to be buyers, man. Like, and not like go get, like I said, Pascal Siakam for a half a season, but just go get 3-and-D wings who have played in the NBA and have been consistently good for several years. Like that's what this roster is missing. Like I don't see them trading Bojan for. I see this all the time on Twitter, and I haven't really addressed it. They never got offered 2 first-round picks for Bojan.
Yeah, that was. I could tell you who like said that on a podcast, but I mean,
yeah, like
it was Tim McMahon that said that Dallas offered 2 first before they traded for Kyrie.
That's not what I heard from several people, but
okay, maybe he's bullshitting that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Dallas did tell him that. And maybe Detroit told me something else, but all I know is, like, if people think that Detroit got offered like the 10th pick and pick 17 for Bojan, like that's not what happened. Like at most, maybe they got offered pick 28 and then 2029 pick 28, right? Like it's not.
Yeah.
There was nothing substantial on the table because Detroit would do that if they got something of substantial draft picks. I promise you that. And Dallas didn't. Yeah. So, but to your point, I think they're buyers, just simply trying to add veteran players who can help this team grow and just make the roster a little bit more, make it a little bit make more sense. But the issue is what I was saying is trying to. If you don't want to move the core 4, but you want to get a 4, like a Tobias or a whatever Jeremy Grant player to play with Bogey, then it's like, all right, well, your pickings for trading are kind of slim because other than the expiring contracts you have at the end of the bench, I don't know if there's a lot of value in terms of on-court value for about 5 or 6 of those players.
Yeah,
so that's their real dilemma.
I think fans sometimes forget what they actually got, like what they traded to get Bojan. Like it was Saban Lee and Kelly Olynyk.
Yeah.
Like 2 bench guys for quote unquote a starter. And I mean, if we didn't have Kelly Olynyk, we probably don't have Bojan because Danny Ainge has like a man crush on him for whatever reason.
Does.
Like I don't get it, but I mean, that's kind of been like just reading articles. My assumption is like they want to keep the veterans because they just like they could go off and sell veterans right now if they wanted to. Like if they just like they could maybe get a first for Bojan and maybe a young player, they could do it, but. Everything, Troy has said in like press conferences that just my understanding, like they want to keep these vets on this team. So, when they do make a push next year, these vets are still here and they can contribute for you.
Right. Yeah. it goes back to like everybody wants the Pistons to be better, but you're not going to be better if you trade Bogey for pick 28 in 2028, right? Like, I don't know if you're trying to turn a corner sooner, and Bogey, yeah, his defense is dropping, but the guy can still score.
Yeah, like,
and I think ultimately, once they address some roster issues, Bogey's going to be kind of fill the Alec Burks role. I think he's going to be. I could see as soon as next year him being, if he's not moved, I could see as soon as next year him being like the sixth man.
It's funny. I was reading a Yahoo article, and I think it was a Jake Fisher piece, and like he kind of teased it like Tom Thibodeau might want Alec Burks. And then I went on Nick's Reddit, and then that was just a mistake. And I asked, they're like, "Oh, you can have Evan Fournier's contract." Oh, it's just like, yeah, we're good. Don't want that because I know he wouldn't play. We'd probably buy him out.
Yeah. Well, I think he expires after this year. Does he have a year after this?
Got a club option, I believe. So you could just waive him, and that would clear up 18 million.
So it's basically the Burks. It's basically Burks' deal.
Yeah, which I mean, I could honestly see happening because for some reason we just love trading with the Knicks.
Yeah, maybe you can get a little something extra in that case if he plans to use Burks more than he uses Fournier. So maybe you get a little extra on top, like some seconds or something,
or a Quentin Grimes or something like that. Who knows?
Yeah, he's been playing well. I think recently since the trade, I think he's playing more.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to Knicks fans. They're done with his ass. They're like, this guy's a bum.
I
was like, damn.
I like Quentin Grimes.
I do too. That was a guy that I wanted the Pistons to go and like trade up to get. I thought he was pretty good.
I was talking to Sasser the other day.
Yeah.
And I asked Marcus which team of his because all 4 years at Houston he had good teams. And I asked him which team was the best, and he said the one with Quentin Grimes.
Oh, yeah, they both went to Houston. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I think that was his first year, Sasser's first year in college or his second year. But he said whatever year he was with Quentin that was the best team he had at that time.
Man, those were some pretty good teams, honestly.
Man, talk about a college career.
It blows my mind that he's the same age as Killian Hayes. It blows my mind. It's just like, this kid's so good.